This is Webster, Massachusetts, a town where the past still lingers. In the 19th century, it was defined by steam and steel, by a different rhythm of life. It was here, in this place of industry, that a young woman's life would come to an end, and a mystery would begin. Welcome back, everyone. Today I am in the town of Webster, Massachusetts, looking into a mystery that occurred here in September of 1887, close to a century and a half ago. Born to parents William and Margaret Hoyle in 1864, Lillie Hoyle and her younger sister Alice would find themselves orphaned by the time they were teenagers. Determined to take care of Alice, Lillie would begin working as a waitress in a local ice cream saloon somewhere near the center of town on Main Street, sharing a room with their sister that was rented from their uncle, one Dixon R. Cowie. On the night of September 1st, 1887, the sisters had just returned from a week-long vacation in Rhode Island and were preparing for bed when Lillie exited their shared room heading in the direction of the outhouse. It wouldn't be until the next morning that Alice would report her sister as missing, not having returned from the night before. A large-scale search would begin, but Lillie wouldn't be discovered until September 20th, when two fishermen on their way to Oxford would notice a strong stench emanating from a corn crib along the river. It was here that they would discover the decomposing body of the young woman, her face covered, as well as her hands and feet being bound with rope. Autopsy of Lillie Hoyle's body revealed she had been 7 months pregnant at the time of her death, as well as traces of common tansy, an oil used to induce miscarriages and abortions that can be fatal in large doses. A shocking twist to the case would occur in May of 1888, when Lillie's sister Alice would suddenly implicate their uncle Dixon Cowie and local medical student Thomas McQuaid in the murder of her sister. According to Alice's testimony, Dixon Cowie had assaulted his niece multiple times, as well as Thomas McQuaid having been intimate with Lillie in recent months. McQuaid, who was from an influential family, would attempt to convince Lillie to reconsider the pregnancy to avoid the controversy, but was met with refusal from the girl, telling him, "I'll die before I do it." On the night of September 1st, the same night she had supposedly disappeared, Lillie would meet with Cowie, McQuaid, and her sister Alice in her uncle's home, where the two would attempt to convince Lillie one final time to abort the pregnancy, coercing her with large amounts of beer obtained from a liquor store owned by McQuaid's father. When Lillie still relented, McQuaid and Cowie would decide to take much more drastic measures. Alice would claim that one of the group had pressed a rag saturated in chloroform to Lillie's mouth and nose, rendering her unconscious, where the three would then carry her limp body to a nearby stagecoach. En route to perform the surgery themselves in the forest outside of Webster, Lillie would suddenly awaken with a blood-curdling scream. She would continue to scream until, in a panic, Cowie and McQuaid would strangle the young woman to death. Normally I would have a grave related to the victim to look at, but that is sadly not the case this time. Extensive research points towards Lillie being buried in an unmarked pauper's grave within Webster's Poor Farm, a section of town that was once connected to where I'm standing now in Mount Zion Cemetery. Dixon Cowie and Thomas McQuaid would be put on trial for the murder of Lillie Hoyle, but disappearances of key witnesses and possible payoffs by McQuaid's family would see the two soon set free, never to be convicted of the crime. The case would go silent until March of 1891, when Catherine Hoyle, an aunt of Lillie and Alice, would come forward with another shocking twist. According to Catherine, her husband Andrew had left her for their own niece, the one and only Alice Hoyle. Catherine would go on to state that on multiple occasions, Alice had admitted to her how she had chloroformed and murdered Lillie, all due to jealousy over her sister's relationship with Thomas McQuaid. It's been over a century since Lillie Hoyle's case has faded from the headlines, but it remains one of Webster's greatest and most tragic mysteries. Her story shows that some tragedies are never laid to rest, but instead are forgotten to the quiet corners of history. See you guys next time.